Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you exactly how to make this vanity tray and vase step by step. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials on bead crafts. Now, let's get started. So for this tutorial, we'll be using 10 mm sugar beads with 0.60 mm fishing line. You can either use 0.60 mm or 0.70 mm for this project. Now let's get started. So first, what you need to do is pick 3 beads, insert it into one end of the fishing line like this, then pick a fourth one, insert it into one end of the fishing line, then you pick the other end of the fishing line and insert it into the same hole where the other end of the fishing line is coming out from, like this. This is what you have. Then you pull the bead down. So what you've made here is a ring of 4. Now let's continue. Then you pick 2 beads, insert one into each end of the fishing line like this, then pick a third one, then you do the same thing. You cross, insert one bead, you insert the bead into one end of the fishing line, then you pick the other end of the fishing line and insert it into this same hole where the other end is coming out from, like this. So what you've done now is you've crossed your fishing line into this bead. This is what we call crossing. Then you pull it down. This is what you have. Now you've made 2 rings. This is the first one and this is the second ring. Now on to the third ring. So on this third ring, I'll be showing you a method called looping. So this looping method helps keep your work in place and make it firm and durable. So insert one bead each into each ends of the fishing line, just like this. Then you pick a third one. Then this third one, you know what we've been doing before is we are crossing like this. This is what we've been doing before, crossing. Now we are not going to cross anymore. We are going to loop. Now how do we loop? To loop, insert the fishing line into one end of insert the bead into one of the end of the fishing line this way. Then this same fishing line, you insert it back into where it is coming out from, like this. This is what you have. You've made a loop. So into this loop, you pick the other end of the fishing line and insert it into this loop, and you pull them all down like this. Pull both fishing line down. Now looking at this, you see that the loop is sitting outside, which is not supposed to be this way. So what you do next is to pull this loop inside this bead, to sit inside this bead. So to do this end of the fishing line, you pull it. So once you pull it, this loop will enter into this bead like this. Then you pull both ends firmly and tightly. So this is what you have. You've done your loop. Now you continue. So this loop will be at intervals, not into every ring you make. So once you've crossed, like let's say 4 or 5 times, then you want to loop. So that's 1. So after I've made 4 more rings, I'm going to loop. Insert 1 bead each into each end. Then pick a third bead, insert it into one end of the fishing line. Then you pick that same fishing line and return it back to the hole where it's coming out from, this way. This is your loop. Then you insert the other end of your fishing line into this loop and you pull them all down and put them in place properly. As I showed you earlier, this is the loop outside the bead. So what you want to do is pull this fishing line into this bead so the loop can sit inside this bead. So I'm pulling this. While pulling this, hold this one firmly. Hold the other side firmly while pulling this. So I'm holding this one firmly. I'm not moving it. I'm just holding it. Then I'm going to pull the loop. I'm going to pull this one inside. Can you see? It's sitting inside now. Then you pull both ends properly. You've made your loop. So for this project, I'm going to be, this is the glass I'll be using for the vanity tray. So I'll continue making this line until I get to this end, until I have a length that can fit the length of my mirror. So I'm going to continue till I get the desired length. While working, don't forget to loop at intervals. Now I have 18 rings in total, 18 rings. So I'll be placing it on my mirror this way to see if the length is enough. So if you are checking for the length, this is how you want to place it. So this first bead right here, this one sitting horizontally at the bottom, you want the edge of this bead to align with the edge of the mirror this way. This is how you measure it, not this way. You measure it like this. Can you see? Then check the other end. Okay, as you can see, this other end, this is the other end. The edge of this is not yet sitting at the edge of this bead, so I have to add one more ring. So on this one more ring I'm going to add, I'm going to be doing something we call turning. I'm going to be turning my fishing line. So what do I mean by turning? You know, the normal way we've been making this ring is insert one here, and cross with a third one. Okay, so when we want to turn, you pick one end of your fishing line and you insert two beads instead of one, 2. Then you pick the third one and you cross or you loop with this third one. So here I'm going to loop to keep it in place. So I'll be looping and I'll pull. My fishing line is now sitting inside this one, which means I've successfully turned my fishing line, so I can start the next row. So this is the first row, a ring of 4 in 19 places. That means 19 rings. The first row is made up of 19 rings of 4. Now I'm going to continue with the second row, and I've turned my fishing line already, and I'm ready to start the second row. So to start the second row, okay, before we start the second row, let's measure this and see if we have enough. Yes, as you can see, this is enough. Can you see? This is the perfect length. So if you are measuring your the length of your bead to your mirror, this is how you want to measure it. The last bead sitting at the bottom here, the edge of the bead should align with the edge of the mirror. Same way for this one. So here I have 19 rings, which is perfect for me. And I'm going to continue with the second row now. So to start the second row, so this fishing line sitting at the top, this one, you insert 2 beads into it. 1, 2. Then you pick a third one and you cross with it. You cross. Yeah, so you successfully started your second row. Can you see? Yeah, this is what we have. Now I'm going to continue this fishing line right here, this one I'm putting up. You want to insert it into this bead, this one. Yes, so insert it, then you pick one bead, then insert it into this other fishing line, this one. Then you pick another bead, then you cross with this. Yes, like this. Then you pull it and keep it in place. Can you see? Then you are going to do the same thing. This fishing line, insert it into this bead, this one, this next one. Then you pick one bead and you cross again. Can you see? So I'm going to continue this way, and the next one I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to loop. Yes, please don't forget to loop to give your work structure. I'm going to loop now. Insert one here, then loop with this bead like this. Insert this, pull it. Then the loop will be sitting outside, so you have to pull it in. You pull this fishing line to pull the loop into your bead this way. Now I'm going to continue this way while looping at interval till I reach the end. Then I'll turn to start the third row. So I'm at the end right here, and my fishing line is now very short, so I have to end this fishing line and start with a new one. So I'm going to make one more ring. So this ring I'm going to make to end my fishing line. On this hand, I would insert 2 beads like this. Then I'll pick the other hand of the fishing line. I'm going to tie both of them together like this. Yes, I'm going to tie them to make a knot. Yeah, 1, 2. I'm going to be tying 2 times to make a knot and pull them, pull, pull. I'm going to continue inserting this fishing line into about 5 or 6 beads before I eventually cut it off. So I'll be moving in S movement. I'll be moving in a zigzag movement. Yes, so like this. Then I bring it down. This way, zigzag or S movement. Okay, so I'm going to cut it off now. And the other one also S movement. S movement. I'm going to be cutting it off. Now I'm starting afresh. I'm starting now with a new fishing line. Here I have the new fishing line. Now to start with this new fishing line, can you see these 2 beads? This one and this one forming like L shape. This one and this one. I'm going to insert the fishing line into both beads like this. I've inserted it here, then I'm going to insert it into this one also like this, and pull it and align both of them so they have the same length, they have equal length. Yes, this is what I have. Now I'm going to be turning this side back to face me this way so I can continue my work. This fishing line at the top, I'll add 1 bead to this fishing line at the top, 1 bead, and I'm going to pick a second bead which I'll be crossing with it. I'll be crossing with the second bead this way. Align the tips of the fishing line so they can have equal lengths. Then pull down the bead this way. I'm done with my second row. Now it's time to start the third one. Remember, when we are starting the third row, when we are starting a new row, we insert 2 beads. Insert 2 beads into this fishing line, the one at the top, this one. Then you pick another one which will be crossing or looping with it. In this case, I'll be looping. This is my loop. Then I will insert the other end of the fishing line to make my loop. Yeah, so the loop will be outside here. I have to pull this one to pull the loop inside. So pull it gently. Yes, so you continue. Insert it into this bead. Pick another one. Insert it into the other end and cross with another bead. So I'm going to continue this way till I reach the end here. So in total we need 3 rows, and I'm on the 3rd row already, so this is the last row I'll be making. So don't forget to loop at intervals. Now at the end of the 3rd row, I'm going to finish up the 3rd row now, and I'll be making a knot. I'll be tying my fishing line, insert it into beads and cut it off. So to end my fishing line, like I showed you earlier, insert 2 beads into this one like this and tie your fishing line. To make a knot, tie it 1, 2 times. Put everything in place, then you pull it properly. Insert this fishing line into about 5 beads in following a zigzag pattern before I eventually cut it off. Same thing for the other end. Now I'm done making this. So what I'll be doing is I'll be making 2 pieces of this one in this same measurement. That is 19 by 3. Now I'm done making 2 pieces of this one. Now it's time to join them together. This is how we are going to be joining them. We are going to join them this way and this way. As I continue working, I'll be placing it on my mirror to know if I've achieved the required length I'm supposed to make. Now let's get started. Insert your fishing line into this bead this way. Then insert 1 bead. So you insert 2 beads into this one. Insert 2 beads and pick a 3rd one and cross with it. Cross with the 3rd bead. This way. It's facing up. Can you see it's facing up? Okay. Now to continue, you take this fishing line again and insert it into this bead. This next one. This way. Pick 2 beads, insert 1 and cross with the other one. Can you see? Now you are left with 1. So this one, insert your fishing line into it like this. Then you insert 1 bead into this fishing line at the end. This one. 1, insert 1 bead. Then you pick another bead and cross with it. Can you see? This is what I have. Then I've made the first one. Then I'm going to continue upward this way. Now I've achieved the required length I need. I've achieved the required length I need, and I'm going to be placing my mirror like this to be sure I've gotten the exact length. Then I'm going to be joining this other piece